Your greatest weapon is not your sword or your axe. It is your voice. Do not be afraid to use it.
Well, now, one thing, you have a theory about the moon, and we expect to be able to get observable facts about the moon fairly soon. What is your theory?
Well, it is by now rather more than a theory. 10 or 11 years ago, I stated to various scientists that the moon is not a piece of rock, but it is a plasma phenomenon, cosmic plasma, and that this fact will eventually be confirmed. I made certain predictions which were already confirmed in 1958, and the situation now is coming close to a complete confirmation.
What will be the result if you're proved to be correct in your theories?
The result will be profound and decisive, because it will give proof that a complete reinvestigation of the laws of nature is necessary. Because if the moon is a plasma, no man will ever land on it. The soft landing attempts will all fail. That means that the mass of the moon is less, far less, than is currently assumed. It's in a different state of energy, and it has far less mass. That means there is no more explanation for the tides. If the moon, for example, had only 1,000th part of its current mass, then the tides would only be 2 inches high under conventional theories instead of sometimes 14 feet. And that means that if it is proved that the moon is a plasma, then all gravitational theories are out, and a new concept of the cosmos and of its laws has to be evolved.
Aren't you being a bit adventurous, though, because you know that we're going to be able to test out your theories on the moon fairly soon?
Well, not anymore. 11 years ago, of course, it was rather taking a risk. I was considered a lunatic, of course, but by now the evidence, accumulated evidence, is already so much in my favor that I'm not taking any risks anymore. On the contrary, there is scientific views expressed all over the world now that the moon seems to be of a quite different nature of what was assumed.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Today I'd like to bring to your attention a potential fraud on an enormous scale happening in your county. There's now clear evidence of NASA using numerous methods to grossly mislead the public about astronauts being on the International Space Station. During interior ISS scenes from NASA's own live feed, the use of wires, harnesses, green screens, and virtual reality have been detected to achieve the appearance of a weightless environment. Examples of this include astronauts fading in and out of the screen, green screen glitches, grabbing objects that aren't really there, pulling on invisible wires, getting tangled in their harnesses, and even astronauts appearing out of thin air. This begs the obvious question. If they're really up there, why are they using Hollywood techniques to fake the footage? Now, unfortunately, I can't show you these clips in here today, but I will be sending them to you. Outside the International Space Station, during spacewalks, air bubbles have been recorded on numerous occasions. How is it possible for air bubbles to be present in the vacuum of space? I once questioned astronaut Scott Kelly about this phenomenon. His body language and answers only created more questions. In 2013, astronaut Luca Parmitano nearly drowned during a spacewalk when his helmet filled with water. This happened again just last year. Air bubbles, helmets filling with water, and drowning. Are they in space or are they underwater? Now, what's really interesting is that they trained for spacewalks in an underwater pool with a complete ISS replica. Now, surely they aren't filming these spacewalks in an underwater pool and then editing them to appear if they're in space, because that sure would be something, wouldn't it? I'm calling on the Brevard County Commissioners to open a full investigation into NASA's fraudulent practices and use of taxpayer dollars. It costs NASA $3 billion per year to operate the ISS, and if they don't have a darn good explanation as to why they're faking these videos, I and the public would like a darn good explanation as to where our tax money is going. And if they are indeed faking the funk, it is our duty to expose and eliminate this fraudulent and astronomically wasteful ISS program. And look, I know what you're all thinking. The NASA is part of the federal government, and you're just county commissioners. Even if what I'm saying is true, what can you do? But let me remind you, not only is this happening in your county, as public officials, you have the platform and the ability to make a statement or hold a press conference, alerting the public, state, and federal authorities to investigate further. You have the power to start the conversation. Video evidence of everything I described today will be emailed.
Why has nobody been to the moon in such a long time?
That's not an 8-year-old's question. That's my question. I want to know, but I think I know. Because we didn't. go there, and that's the way it happened. And if it didn't happen, it's nice to know why it didn't happen, so in the future, if we want to keep doing something, we need to know why something stopped in the past that we wanted to keep it going. Money is a good thing. We didn't go there, and we didn't go there, we didn't go.
And he has a sleeping bag and all of his personal items that he needs on a daily basis, and so it can be quite cozy, and it's nice and quiet as well.
Théorie du complot, parmi celles-ci, un Français sur 10 croit possible que la Terre soit plate.
Mais la Terre est vraiment plate.
Pourtant, on n'en parle jamais, les astronautes n'en parlent jamais.
Je sais pas, moi je le dis tout le temps.
Et vous l'avez, je sais pas, je suis perdue.
Après, faut pas dire de bêtises quand on passe à la télé. Parce que là, malheureusement, il y a beaucoup de gens qui ont tendance à croire ça.
Vraiment?
Oui. Et vous êtes de bonne foi, c'est pas de votre faute, vous y croyez. En même temps, vous êtes quelque part un peu bête. Si la Terre était vraiment ronde, on pourrait tomber. Malheureusement, ça tient pas debout.
Mais on ne se lasse pas de revoir ces images.
Roger, the EVA is progressing beautifully.
Alors c'est encore de la fiction, mais malheureusement il y a quand même des gens qui ont tendance à croire ça.
Et 2024, la Lune, c'est jouable?
Non, un décollage, non, jamais de la vie, parce qu'on n'y est jamais allé.
Alors la Terre est plate, l'homme n'a jamais marché sur la Lune.
Ah oui, on a quand même pour une agence de voyage, c'est un sacré argument. Je pense qu'il y a des gens qui ont de l'argent qui seraient allés. Non mais c'est sérieux, il y a des arguments qui sont aussi bêtes que ça et qui marchent.
Grande théorie du complot, parmi celles-ci, un Français sur 10 croit possible que la Terre soit plate.
Mais la Terre est vraiment plate.
Did you guys see the sky heal itself after they went through the firmament?
That's it, we floated up.
I didn't get that one. That's what I'm saying. There is a dome. I told y'all. Motherfucking there is the first. I didn't get that one. There is a dome. I told y'all. There is a dome. I told y'all. Motherfucking there is a circle. You're gonna have to get him. I ain't getting no problem.